Welcome back. My name is Sean the Sightseer, and we went to go sightsee in Oklahoma City. We went to a whole bunch of food places, a few stores, a museum, a garden. But if you want to just stick around, I'm going to go ahead and shrink down into the corner, and I'm going to give you a little voiceover synopsis of the entire trip. So let's go ahead and get started. So we were over there in the Plaza District. Yeah, the Plaza District in Oklahoma City. We had an Airbnb that was at a beautiful, beautiful place. But as you can see, this is pretty much like a very, very, very quick roundabout of the Plaza District. There was a few stores. There was a lot of restaurants. There was a lot of stores, actually. There's a lot of art there. And so I'm very, very interested in seeing this. And what we were doing, Love and I, we were going to the press. I got this because I haven't had broccoli in so long, and it had a pork belly and something else. I can't remember. It was good. She had a huge piece of steak with some asparagus and some mashed potatoes. Yeah, see. The murals were some of my favorite part. Next, we came to Roxy's ice cream parlor. It was really nice. Like, there was a lot of flavors, and surprisingly, there was a lot of vegan options here. Roxy's ice cream social. Sorry, not ice cream parlor. I got a sticker because I love my stickers. Uh, I got a mango, and Love got, I believe, a caramel. And then this Plaza District Hidden Gem had a whole bunch of. It was a pure vegan restaurant, which I didn't know it was a thing up here. This was kind of like a quintessential of what we had when we were at the Airbnb. Then we went to this bookstore, Full Circle Bookstore, the Garden Cafe. Beautiful, and I mean beautiful, beautiful bookstore. They had board games. It had a few tables in there, and then of course, all the different flavors that they had. I got a bacon chicken, a BLT pretty much. It was good. It was okay. This was their Halloween-esque kind of thing. It was the wereskin. It was a spiced chai tea. There were a lot of books I wanted to see. The World of Lore. This was like, I guess, their entire mythology section. They had a whole bunch of Greek mythologies. And they had ladders in the bookstore, kind of like Beauty and the Beast. It was amazing. Okay, I want to say it took everything in me not to go like climb the ladder and do the whole like bell scene. I didn't like swivel, but I definitely got on the ladder, and I definitely like had that moment. I was like, oh, I need to get a book, because I personally never seen a bookshelf book. But Jonathan Keller, A Natural History, The Heart of the Now by Will Thomas, The Guest Room by Tasha Sylvia. These are books like I genuinely thought looked really interesting. John Sanford, The Investigator, a Lettery Davenport novel. So the Ozark Dogs, the cars got me. I love my cars. Like, I don't know what it is. Becoming the Boogeyman. Okay, so this one I genuinely was so interested in it, I got it on Audible. So that's gonna be one of my Audible books. Deadlock. It's just, if a title, and I've read this one actually, the 99 cents, 99 Invisible City. If the cover, like Black Sun, if the cover does well enough, I'll read it, and hopefully the story matches. This is their book of the month, and The Killers of the Flower Moon. This one actually is a movie now. The Honey in Venice was a movie that was in theaters. Agatha Christie. Never read one of hers, but the trailer looked good, so it got me interested in that. This one was about like witches, and this is a local author. I Never Named the Dead. So some of these I really want to check out. I think this was Dark Side or Dark Ride, I believe. I have to double check. But yep. And it's the Myriad Botanical Garden. I look that way because I have a magnet that tells me like where the botanical gardens we went to. So we parked really far because I didn't want the car to get towed, because that's a long ways. So the entire thing, I'm talking over this because there's definitely like music that will give me copyright. So essentially, it was just a world tour of pumpkins, gourds, and like decorations. It was a lot, you know, it was mostly for kids and stuff like that. But it was really well done, like for what it was worth. Like these are really cool. Um, I had to casually go look at the Taj Mahal, but it was like little small things where it was like, oh, here's like a little decoration piece, and then here's like some of the pumpkin color s kind of thing, and they did little paintings on them to match up the whole thing. Um, I don't know. I just thought it was cute, and I do go throughout the entire thing with love. So I'll just sit back, and of course, when the parts come up with the music, kind of like right now, I'm just gonna talk over it. Um, because I don't want to get copyright. They had a whole little. I believe this is the maze. Yep, this is like a little maze. Okay, so this is a safari tour, but the way it's set up like a maze. There's different small entrances. There was like other areas you can like go in and out. It was all maybe like, I don't know, 50, 60 square foot. Don't get me lying to you, I don't know the actual measurement size, but I was letting her lead. We're following the birds actually. Sorry if it seems like I'm rushing through this video, because I'm also working on a video on my main channel, and my timing has not been very well utilized today. I mean, it has, and then it hasn't, and then everything else started catching up. But anyways, yeah, there was a shortcut, and there's the little hut. I think I go in there. On the ground is like little, I don't want to say keypads, but they're musically tuned pads. I think I dance on it. And so, okay, it was really well done. I loved it. There was a lot of photo opportunities. There was a lot of oh, you know, if you're taking photos, tag it and take a picture and send it to us, or Instagram thing. I think it shows it somewhere else down there. Oh yeah, see, tag us Pumpkinville Pumpkin, and then there's love in the walkway with the trellis overhead and everything, and yeah. Oh, and if you don't know, Route 66 runs through Oklahoma, and I think we're maybe less than 30 minutes away from Route 66. But they went all out for like the Mexican pavilion. I said pavilion. Sorry, this definitely isn't Epcot. The Mexico display. Now, I used to work for Disney, so that was kind of ironic. A 2014 guide, and that was a year before I went to Disney the first time, and 2 years before I started working for Disney. Um, oh, the Flat Sophia. So there was this whole flat stand, like, of course, you know, the arcade, the arts and crafts for the little kids, for them to go and, you know, keep them entertained and try to find little things to keep them interested in the entire thing. The ofrenda, it was beautiful, very beautiful, and it said what everything was like standing for, what it represented, and it was very nice. This was like some art piece that I guess is normally there that they just put there, and oh yeah, the philodendron. Yeah, here. Okay, and now that I have some pictures, this was a massive botanical garden. Some of these are just super gnarly. Like, I was very enthralled by them, and I was like, wow. I'm sorry that I went really quick at some of these. It was getting hot. That transition was not on purpose. We definitely were walking, and someone started talking to my fiance, to my love, for a very extended period of time. When we went, it was about 40 degrees, 40 to 60, I think it was that day. And I think at this point in time day, it was like 50 something, which I don't do well in the cold. So I was living my best life. So this was a suspended botanical garden over a river, and or I guess yeah, a river, but they had koi fish, turtles, and ducks in here. And here is the entrance for the Myriad. Yep, and that's the full layout of what we just walked. It was kind of weird. I couldn't find one at all, and I was like, hmm. So we went to this mochi shop that was actually fantastic. She picked 3, I picked 3. And they were fantastic, by the way. I think I'm sensitive to matcha, but momocha is what it was called. And there's a actual still of it. They were good. I just loved it. I captured this picture in particular because I liked the car and where it was at. It's by a tattoo parlor. We went to the Mule, and the food was massive. It was delicious, though. It was so good. I got like a jalapeno burger, and then the artwork just kept giving. I was so happy. Then we went to a brunch place called Aura, and I don't drink anymore, but they had a cocktail menu, and then they had a mocktail. Anything that had the star had the ability to make it as a mocktail. Love got a mocktail margarita, and it was delicious. This, amazing. Now, I didn't know, I like the one that went on the ground, but I didn't know that there was like a paid photographer kind of thing. I don't get paid, so I was okay with it, but there were some people that, like, if you're a paid photographer, then you have to like give credit to where credit's due. Plaza Alley Wall. Sorry, so we were in the Plaza District. And then the 2D aesthetic was this refillery is where we were at. Those were a little lint ball, and they had a doodle bob holding a pen, which I thought was actually genius. Nog chompers, I got 2 of them for the Mac Miller reference, but also because they smell good. We were at like a retro thrift area, and they had like this old Vivitar camera. Didn't work. The person who was selling it said it didn't sell it. The fact that this was there, when we went back, it wasn't there. Someone bought it. And then this one, I looked it up. It was okay. It was a cheap like point and shoot. And I wanted to get this, but I forgot. Be a weirdo, not a creep. It's kind of like the Austin, Texas, but Oklahoma City, which makes sense. And now the second to last leg of our trip was to the Oklahoma City Museum of Art. It was beautiful. I didn't do a lot of videos. This one, Del Chihuly, I didn't know who he was until we went to this museum, and this guy's a genius. But look at this. 55 feet tall. I couldn't even capture it fully in frame. All blown glass. And I think there's a plaque to the side that said like how much it weighed and stuff like that. Beautiful. Genuinely beautiful. And then Rodin, very notable very notable artist. So many beautiful art pieces, but I won't sit here and like hold too much of your time for that because I took a lot of pictures, genuinely a lot of pictures, but it was just so beautiful. But I mean, you've made it, 34 minutes now? So might as well just look at it. If you truly want to see these art pieces in person, it's Oklahoma City. I believe it was like 20 a person, Beautiful. His physical media art was very interesting. I personally loved his glass blown art pieces a little bit more. They just was mind-boggling how he had all these techniques and all these other things. It's just amazing. He's been doing this for years, and then he had all these, I don't want to say extra, but he just had this like ceiling mosaic, kind of like, in my opinion, his the chapel. It just, my brain just went blank. Like the day, wow, like the Sistine Chapel. It was beautiful. All these various things. Then there was like a hide and seek kind of sort of thing where there was like random pieces up there. And then the Ikebana, I believe I said that right. He had just a whole bunch of stuff. I thought these were cool. Very Dr. Seuss-esque. Sorry. I just thought it was really, really well done. And I know this is a very long video. I think this will be my second longest video next to my full tour review of the Fort Wilderness cabins. So thank you all for watching. I was originally going to break this up into multiple videos. I should have, but then I felt like I was just kind of like cheaping out. Oh, I was like, oh, Pumpkin Fest, here's one video. Oh, we went to these restaurants, other video. Oh, we went to Oklahoma City Museum of Art, other video. And then, of course, you know, the last place that we stopped at was for me, but I was going to, but I just felt like that would have been very cheap. Anyways, this was amazing. The boat that has all these glass. So it turns out Dale Chihuni, he was creating these art pieces, like these glass things, and then he would just toss them downriver, and local residents were just putting them in boats, and then it became this installation of him and his art pieces in these boats. It was so much chaotic goodness that I loved the energy, and I just was very mind-boggled to remember that this is glass blown. Like, this guy just knew how to work with glass. Now, he did lose one of his eyes. I found this out from my coworker Brendan, that he was, I think, working on one and kind of blew it up. Yeah. Several days, started tossing glass forms into the river, looking at the environment. Retrieved by wooden boats by local teenagers, inspired to begin a group, and yeah. And then these, they were just so phenomenal. Sorry. Okay. I will kind of just talk out the rest of the video. We only got like a minute and a half left, so why not? We went to the gift store. They had a lot of things that were very interesting and very cool. They had original art pieces and stuff, but they were very out of my budget. A lot of these things were. We went to this ramen joint. My stomach just was not happy. It was delicious. And then the last day, literally leaving, thank you, love, I got to go to that Scotty Vose Photography Film Studio. He sold film and cameras, developed it and everything like that. And this is going to be for y'all since you stayed to the end. I'm actually going to start capturing my sightseeing with a 35mm camera to slowly incorporate that into this and tell stories and all this other stuff. But it takes some time to get the stuff scanned and sent and everything else like that. So the prices were up there. I just have to see how long it would take for me to do all of that and go in full connection. But to end the night, yeah. Now we're back to me. I know this is not the high quality camera that you just saw there because I'm doing this voiceover now. Actually, let's go ahead and switch it real quick. Thank you so much for watching. That was the entire Oklahoma City experience in the Plaza District. I loved it. Enjoyed it. She actually loved it. The Airbnb was beautiful. It was the mid-century getaway in the Plaza District, if I'm not mistaken. They were the one that recommended all these various things. So, yeah, until the next sightseeing thing, if you want to see more of what I do, I have my main channel here, and then I have my behind the scenes for that main channel here. And then this is where, like I said, at the end of the video, where I will start telling more stories and doing my sightseeings with a 35 millimeter camera and the photos and stuff like that, and kind of bringing that into here because I just think that's really cool and something I enjoy. I enjoy capturing these things. I enjoy living in the moment and having a weird like physical to digital analog story of it. But anyways, I don't know what my sign off is here. I'd say peace, love, and hot sauce because that's what I do on my main channel. So yeah, peace, love, and hot sauce. And as always, thanks for watching.